Police expose the fentanyl industry plaguing Denton.
Our people are suffering in Israel. The American death count continues to rise.
We have begun, and I emphasize we have only begun to strike at Hamas.
Moving on from Columbus Day, we celebrate our cultural diversity.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm James Peeler.
And I'm Chanel Young. As the deadly war between Israel and Hamas continues, the fate of dozens of hostages taken by Hamas is unknown. Political leaders are frantically working to secure their release. At the same time, the death toll mounts, including at least 22 Americans confirmed dead. CNN's Laura Aguirre has more on this ongoing story.
My commitment to Israel's security and the safety of the Jewish people is unshakable.
A commitment made stronger as escalating reports of atrocities against civilians in Israel emerge.
We've never seen such savagery in the history of the state, and they're even worse than ISIS.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sharing that comparison with President Joe Biden in a call Tuesday. In the hours since, new discoveries of Hamas's brutality have come to light.
Murdering civilians, children, women, dragging a Holocaust survivor in a wheelchair across the border.
Israeli officials say that in at least one village, infants and toddlers were found decapitated, claims that Hamas denies.
These images and the depravity of Hamas has got to be addressed. They've got to be neutralized.
The reports worsening the fears of those who have loved ones being held hostage by the militant group.
This is a very crucial moment. We have no time to think about the dead.
It is Hamas that needs to listen very, very carefully, because if they want to come out in any way or form of this conflict alive, they need to release those people immediately.
For now, Israel is amassing troops and preparing for a ground offensive in Gaza.
The ramifications of this strategic attack against Israel is a game changer, and we need to change the rules of this game.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
With 37 days until the federal budget runs out and the deadly war between Israel and Hamas getting worse, the U.S. House of Representatives is still without a speaker. That effectively limits any actions the U.S. government can take. CNN's Karen Kafa has an update.
We've got to get back to work. Today we're going to do that. We're going to go get this done.
House Majority Leader Steve Scalise expressed optimism as his fractured caucus entered a closed-door meeting to choose between him and House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan as their Speaker nominee.
Support anyone who can get 217 votes.
And a majority of House Republicans, 113, voted to send Scalise's nomination to the House floor, where he will need to secure a majority of the full chamber, currently 217 votes. Democrats, united behind House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries as their Speaker nominee, urge their Republican counterparts to keep the process moving.
The House needs to have a Speaker. I mean, this is just chaos under the Republican mismanagement of the House of Representatives, and we're hopeful that they'll be able to have some clarity about what they want to do today.
Some Republicans entered the pivotal meeting still seething at their 8 colleagues who voted to oust Kevin McCarthy and spark chaos.
First of all, I condemn the 8 people who did this to our party. We are sitting vacant in a time that there's a need. But we have to get a speaker in position.
Supplemental aid to Israel and funding the federal government beyond November 17th will be immediate top priorities for the new speaker.
And tonight, some movement on the vote. Texas Representatives Chip Roy and Michael Cloud have already stated they will vote against Steve Scalise when the formal vote is held. Meanwhile, Democrats in the House are backing Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader.
You know, I am loving this cooler weather, but I'm not gonna lie, the clouds make me a little sleepy. What about you, James?
I loved it. Let things be overcast and cooler. Our weather anchor, Brooke Deering, has the first look for weather. Brooke?
Thanks, guys. Well, if you've been outside today, you can see that the clouds are rolling in overhead and the wind speeds are picking up. But luckily, those winds are going to be pushing those clouds out, and we shouldn't be expecting any rain tonight. If we take a look at our current conditions, the temperature right now is at 74 degrees. And with those 20-mile-per-hour wind speeds, we're seeing that it feels the same at 74 degrees. Taking a look at tonight's conditions, it's going to feel a little bit cooler at 73 degrees with wind speeds at 14 miles per hour. And those clouds are going to roll out and we're going to start to see some clear skies. Now, if we take a look at tomorrow's conditions, it's going to feel a little bit warmer at 84 degrees, but it's still going to feel like a cool and nice day with 19-mile-per-hour winds, and it's definitely going to be a lot cooler than those sunny weeks that we've been having. I'll be back with you later in the show for your full weather update. Back to you at the desk.
Now, I really don't care for bubble tea, and it's not my cup of tea.
James, did you just make a dad joke? Oh my God, you were such an old man.
Maybe I am. What do you think about it?
Well, I love it. And ntTV's Deja Jackson has more. Deja?
I'm here at Tiaki Sweets where they're raising money and awareness for City House Plano. This event is called Bubbles for Change. I'm here with Emily Hernandez, a member of UNT's Raising Roof. Emily, how often do y'all partner up with restaurants to raise money?
This is actually our first profit share for the semester. We have a few more coming up, like tomorrow at Mellow Mushroom here in Denton from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and a bunch others coming up. We're going to have all that coming out on our Instagram at UNT_Raising Roofs.
And why do you choose Tiaki Sweets as a fundraising platform?
I just knew that Tiaki Sweets was really popular with students here, and I wanted to bring in as many people as possible. So I just thought, hey, there's a lot of people here on Wednesday. They can finish up their classes and come on over for a tea or taiyaki and hopefully bring in some money for our organization.
And how much money do you need to reach in order to fundraise your goal?
Our goal for the semester is $7,000, but we are tap dancing right now on about $800. So we really are hoping these profit shares will bring in more money for us and bring us closer to our goal.
Thank you, Emily. 10% of today's proceeds raised will go to this organization. This event is till 7, so hurry while you still can. Use this number 682-252-9718. That is again 682-252-9718 at the kiosk to donate. Back to you at the desk.
With the weather cooling down, outdoor events are becoming more enjoyable. The Denton Twilight Tunes concert series is back for its 30th annual run at Wolf's Park on Industrial Street. Thursdays at 6 p.m. Our ntTV reporter April Puredant has more details for your night under the lights.
A piano, saxophone, and drums. That's a hint to bring out your lawn chair and invite your friends and family, even your dog, to an evening of live music in Denton's Wolf Park.
I've just been a long-time participant in Twilight Tunes, and I love the music.
Twilight Tunes, how you doing, a concert series that has showcased a number of local artists for the past 30 years, is back for the month of October.
A lot of people come out for it, so it's a really fun event that's free. It's a different type of music every week, and that's the fun of it. It's kind of like you never know what you're going to experience.
The band Fingerprints kicked off the 30th annual event with their smooth jazz music.
Jazz is my favorite, and Denton and UNT is known for jazz, so figured it'd be a perfect night for it.
And for many, they find it.
Oh man, it's therapeutic. Music especially brings people together because no matter where you come from, your background, you could even be international from America, wherever you're from. You know, when you hear something, you know, it can touch you the same way no matter what, even if you don't speak the same language. So
for others, it's a fun excuse to get out of their house.
Since we retired, been working all our lives, it's awesome. I think it's great to have some place to go.
Twilight Tunes will be hosting performances every Thursday evening at 6 p.m.
There are the people on stage who are sharing. And then there are the people in the audience who are kind of sharing as well. Like they're sharing their good energy, they're sharing their time. They've come out to enjoy. And so I do feel like it's kind of reciprocal.
So next time you find yourself in downtown Denton on a Thursday evening, check out Twilight Tunes for a night of free music. For ntTV News, I'm April Puredant.
Coming up, fentanyl dealers arrested in Denton.
And how UNT celebrates Indigenous Peoples Week. All this and more after the break.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right. You do.
How am I doing so far?
Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the
Validation
bottom
of others
floor
have to be very
next
well,
to the
what they do
student
is
sculpture.
Very important. to
Hope
me.
to see you there soon.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Fentanyl overdoses have been overwhelming North Texas, taking the lives of many. This past weekend, 2 individuals were arrested for allegedly distributing the substance around the Metroplex. ntTV's Landry Brady has more. Landry?
A man and woman were arrested this Saturday after a police investigation concluded that they were spreading fentanyl across the DFW area. Denton police stopped the pair of suspects in their vehicle at around 5 a.m. at the 5200 block Park Place Drive. After being caught with fentanyl in their possession and in their system, they were both arrested and later charged with manufacturing and delivering of a controlled substance, as well as possession of a controlled substance. Issues with fentanyl and other controlled substances are on the rise in the North Texas area. According to the Dallas Division of the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, over 1 million fentanyl-laced pills were confiscated in the DFW area in 2022. Last year, a staggering 107,622 Americans' lives were taken due to the fentanyl-related instances. And there have been 10 instances of fentanyl overdoses just among DFW youth this year alone. Texas government continues their efforts to spread information about the danger of fentanyl in our communities, and ending the circulation of the drug is a priority for city police. Now, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Landry. The social media platform TikTok has become notorious for not following community guidelines. Now, one state here in the U.S. is suing TikTok, claiming that the company misled the public about its safety. Utah's Attorney General filed a lawsuit on Tuesday, accusing the social media platform of violating Utah's consumer protection law. The lawsuit claims TikTok is baiting children into unsafe use through the use of alleged addictive features. TikTok has recently come under fire in the last few years because of its foreign owners represented as a national security threat, and its harmful technology that is impacting young people's mental health. But if you're having a hard time memorizing passwords like I do, Google has a new feature they're launching to help you make your passwords a thing of the past. The company wants users to create passkeys to use on all devices to unlock their accounts. This could be a fingerprint, face scan, or PIN number. On Tuesday, Google said passcodes are easier to remember and much quicker for users. It's also a way more secure way to do a normal password. Google says this option will become the go-to choice during the password creation, but you can always ditch the password and stick with the traditional password. This new passkey feature is used across YouTube, Maps, Uber, eBay, and is soon coming to WhatsApp. Apple just released their passkey option with the release of the iOS 16. This is something I'm definitely going to try out. Now, Brooke, I'll bet you have a lot of passwords when it comes to weather, but the only real weather words I want to hear is cooler temperatures and rain. What do you have for us, Brooke?
Thanks, guys. Well, if you're anything like me and you're ready for a nice week with no crazy weather, then get ready for this week because it's going to be a nice sunny week. If we take a look at our local map, we're going to see a range between the low 70s and the low 80s across the area, with our lowest temperature in Sulphur Springs at 71 degrees, and then our highest temperature in Graham at 81 degrees. As for the rest of the area, we're seeing a lot of 74 and 73 degree temperatures, with those 74s in Bowie, Decatur, and Fort Worth, and then those 73 degree temperatures in Gainesville, Paris, McKinney, and a 72-degree temperature in Dallas. Now, if we take a look at our regional map, we're seeing an even wider range from the high 60s to the low 90s, with Houston at 69 degrees and Amarillo at 90 degrees. As for the rest of the area, we're seeing El Paso at 87 degrees and Abilene at 85 degrees. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, we're seeing a lot of sun. We're seeing sun across the entire week all the way until next Wednesday. We're also seeing those highs dip from Saturday to Tuesday into the 70s. So it's going to be a great start of next week. And we're also seeing those lows go into the 40s on Sunday and Monday, with Sunday at a high of 72 degrees and a low of 47 degrees, and then Monday at a high of 72 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. It looks like we're ending the week at Wednesday with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 59 degrees. So I'm excited for this next week. It's going to be a great week to go out, hang out, and do some fun fall festivities. That's all I have for weather. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Brooke. If there's one thing I love about the University of North Texas, it's how diverse our campus is. And what better time to celebrate our diversity than on Indigenous Peoples Week? Chanel Young is here to tell you how special this holiday is celebrated right here at UNT. Chanel?
That's right, James. This week is Indigenous Peoples Week, and it's time to honor the history and culture of Native Americans and Indigenous people. Here at the University of North Texas, we are going all out. Today on Sage Hall Lawn, UNT's Native American Student Association, or NASA, hosted an array of Native American food and powwow dancing, along with educational tables on topics affecting the Native country, like contemporary Native American art and music, missing and murdered Indigenous peoples, and UNT's history with the Native people. NASA is dedicating the week to giving thanks to Indigenous communities while honoring the heritage of Native American students. Yesterday, NASA hosted a screening of the documentary Warrior Women. Today, they celebrated UNT's 4th annual Indigenous Peoples Day celebration. And tomorrow, they will continue the celebration at the Radio, TV, Film, and Performing Arts Building, where they will show a screening of the documentary called Bad Press, followed by a Q&A session with the hero protagonist of the film, Angela Ellis. It all starts tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. James, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Chanel. So here's a question. Have you seen Lucky? Lucky the squirrel, that is. We have an update, that and more after the break. Stay with us.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Let's get started. This is a motor vehicle. This is the blinker mechanism. To use it, push it up for the right blinker and down to go left. You're welcome. It was easy.
Y'all, I absolutely adore pumpkin patches, but I have never seen a pumpkin this big in my life. And I bet you haven't either. Check this out, guys.
I'm going to hit the switch right now.
This perfectly portly pumpkin is a record setter. It clocked in at 2,749 pounds at the 50th annual Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Weigh-Off in California, reportedly a new world record. It makes it the greatest gourd of all time, which is fitting considering its grower Travis Ginger of Minnesota dubbed it Michael Jordan. Well, it certainly dunked on the competition. Ginger and Pumpkin Michael Jordan snagged a cool $30,000 for being the best. Ginger is now a 3-time contest winner. He took home the top prize in 2022 and 2020. For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
Now, my favorite candy, no matter what time of year it is the good old-fashioned Hershey bar. I'm a little too old for trick-or-treating, but Crocs have unveiled a treat that people of all ages can enjoy. That may be its sweetest collaboration yet. The chocolatey shoes will be inspired by Hershey's and Reese's. One shoe is a vibrant orange and the other is a dark brown. They're available online at crocs.com or footlocker.com, but you better switch into sport mode because they're gonna go fast.
Ooh, I might have to grab me a pair of those. I'm a Halloween lover myself, but some people are already playing the Christmas tunes. Hallmark has already announced the debut of 150 new holiday ornaments for its annual Keepsake Ornament Collection. The company says the collection will include classic Hallmark designs, pop culture trends, as well as some fan favorites. The debut will run October 14th through the 22nd, but members of the Hallmark Keepsake Ornament Club can start shopping in stores October 13th. James, you seem like you're a fan of Texas sports.
I love them when they're doing well, so I was pretty excited when the Rangers dominated last night. Our sports anchor, Jay Lathan, has more about the wide world of sports. Jay?
Thanks, James. I have a long-awaited baseball and hockey, along with a heartwarming intramural story. Stay tuned to ntTV, and we'll be right back.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell, and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my God, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my God.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our mean green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
What does Talons do?
So I am the Vice President of External Relations for Talons. That means that I basically oversee all the external committees. Our external committees entail our Model A, it's a Mean Green Machine. So they bring it to football games especially, so every game it's kind of there, every home game. The Model A is like a symbol of UNC pride, and it's a big tradition that we are so lucky to uphold and maintain. When people look at it, they see it, and they're like, oh, that's the Mean Green Machine. There must be a game today or something to ramp up school spirit for basketball, softball, volleyball, any of those things. We have amazing teams, so we just want to show school spirit for them. Bonfire Committee, which is in charge of putting together the bonfire every year for homecoming. It's kind of just a whole semester-long process up until Build Week that we have to put together and oversee and make sure safety regulations are followed and risk management is taken care of. Cannon Crew, which oversees and takes care of the cannon. They fire it at games, they take it to special occasions.
The Rangers refused to cool off, squashing the Orioles 7-1. They complete the series sweep and advance to the ALCS for the first time since 2011. The Nathan Eovaldi kept the ball, only allowing 1 run over 7 innings. Offensively, the Rangers started the party early in the first with a solo shot by Seager, then exploded for 5 runs in the second inning, highlighted by an Adolis Garcia 3-run home run. Nathaniel Lowe goes yard in the 6th with the cherry on top. The Rangers will play the winner of the Twins-Astros series on the 15th. Another Dallas team with postseason aspirations starts their journey tomorrow. The Dallas Stars kick off their season against the St. Louis Blues Thursday night at the American Airlines Center. The Stars went 47-21-14 last season, making the playoffs, only to fall short in the conference finals against the eventual champion Las Vegas Knights. With new head coach Peter DeBoer, an elite goalie in Jake Ottinger, and a promising youth, this team looks to get over the hump. With so much division in the world, one thing still unifies people: sports. We talked to an intramural football team whose culture may not be American football, but they rallied around the game.
Intramural sports makes me feel good, you know. It makes me feel connected to my background, being in an organization. It's good for my mental health, get to stay active, communicate with people, you know, work as a team. You know, intramural sports is good.
Like skill, you know, there's beginners, there's pretty decent players as well. But the one important thing is we all come together and we all have a good time. You know, it's a good icebreaker as well. You can meet new people, make new friends, and also it's a good way to you know, de-stress, because you know college can be hard. So joining an intramural sport, joining any organization, and then playing like intramurals for them, you know, is a good way to de-stress. You know, lay back, have fun, and just play ball.
If you want to join the Intramural Football League, visit the UNT website at www.unt.edu for more information. This has been Sports. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Jay. Y'all, it is midterm season, and if you're anything like me, you may be asking for a midterm miracle right about now. Have you been lucky, James?
Sadly not. And I haven't seen him either. He's been a little MIA for a bit, and nobody's spotted him at UNT, but maybe he's vacationing in Arkansas?
Oh my gosh, what is he doing in Arkansas? He should be here.
I don't know, Chanel, but a couple people have seen an albino squirrel. Is it lucky? Let's check.
It's been the year of animals in Northeast Arkansas, from black bears to alligators to parrots. So we decided to add one more to the mix, but this one is definitely something you don't see every day.
Well, when I actually seen it, I didn't like it. Honestly, looked like a rat.
Terry Harris was cutting the grass at a city cemetery in Jonesboro when he looked up into the tree and noticed something he had never seen before.
Out of my 38 years of living, man, that was one of the most awesome things I ever seen in my life, man.
Harris was talking about this little guy, a white squirrel running around the cemetery, which leads him to call his friends over to take a look.
I seen the tail of it, got the red eyes indicating that it's an albino, and man, it's one of the most beautiful things you can ever see in your life, man. I'm so serious, man.
The albino squirrel is very rare. According to A to Z Animals, scientists estimate that 1 in every 100,000 squirrels born are albino, making for just over 20 of them in the United States. And Harris said they work out in cemeteries all the time and had never seen anything like this.
We see deers over there, we see groundhogs, we see rabbits. But to see something like this out of 38 years of my life, man, like I said, it's astonishing, man.
The squirrel spent the day hanging out in a tree while people around it took in the chance to take a look. As Harris said before he left, he wanted to make sure he stopped by one more time.
I'm going to try to get down there before we actually go to our other job and get down there and see it again.
You know, I'm looking at the video. I don't think it's him, but I can't tell.
It could have been, though. We haven't seen him, and one pops up in Arkansas, and I don't think that's a coincidence.
Ooh, you may have a point there, James. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening here at 6 here on North Texas Television.